Hey guys, coldbrew here. Welcome back to another raid video today. I hope you're all having a great day. I wanted to make this video to give you guys my thoughts on something that is, I was thinking about it after I saw a comment in my last video. What do I mean by that? I mean by what do these champions have in common? Let's say, well, War Chief. What does Norog have in common with maybe the Orc champion, Growhack here? Maybe if we go to the Bannerlords, maybe, I don't know, Sigmund. Although he's okay. What do all of these champions have in common? Well, they do not perform as well as even some of the epic champions that we have in the game. And what was Plarium doing in the past? They were rebalancing champions every single month. They had us in a sort of system where they would put out an update with maybe new champions. They put out some other changes into the game, but they will also introduce some rebalancing to epics and legendary champions. Not many, maybe sometimes 2, 3, or even 4 champions. We had that in the past. Sometimes we just had 2 champions rebalanced, but they've stopped. And the most recent patch that they did was months ago. Okay, I went into a rabbit hole of searching and trying to find an answer for you guys to make this as the theme of the video, get some discussion going over in the comment section with my thoughts in your minds as well. So let me just show you, because it's better than just talking about this. So I went through here. This is the Raid Shadow Legends official forums page. Not really oftenly visited by players. I think Reddit is mostly visited, and then maybe the Discord pages, but this is not that active, I would say, comparing it to other areas of the game. But they do post here every time they release something. So I went ahead and found at least the most recent 4 patches where some sort of rebalancing happened to champions. And to my surprise, the last one was in May of 2023, so almost 4 months ago. So the rebalancing usually is announced even before the patch comes. So maybe I can say safely beginning of May, even before that the patch was in store. This was on the 8th of May. So even before that was our news of getting this new balance coming into the champions. For, let's say, the example here is Nokdar and Gomlok. 2 champions were rebalanced. Then we go all the way back to early April. And we had some rebalancing to Suzerain Katon, Elegeus, Ailil here. And then if we go even further than that, that was February of 2023. We had changes to Vlad and Errol, okay? Which was also, well, it's the same patch, this one. And then even before that, that was basically announced in December. And it was actually introduced in January. And there was the rebalancing of Killian Delaki, Vergum Car, Tila, which were good rebalancings, by the way, especially to Tila. So all of these things, what they have in common is that Plarium was actually taking note of these underused champions, because we know that they have the data. They know which champions are used more than others, and that's how they introduce sometimes the packs that do affect us. They introduce the 10x's, the 2x's, especially with Prince Karmar. They know that that's a big sell point whenever they do those events. So they know, they have the data. So this should have been the norm. Every single month, we should have had some sort of rebalancing to at least 2 heroes. In a game with 800 heroes, right? About 800 heroes, we should have had at least 1 patch a month with this. But for some reason, they stopped in May. For some reason. Since then, we had no rebalancing of any kind to champions. We did have some rebalancing to gear, which is maybe something they want to shift their focus to, but that was just a one-time thing. It's not like they've been rebalancing sets since then. It was a one-time thing in June. And after that, basically after that sort of rebalancing, we didn't have anything else come into the game. What made me think first was, okay, maybe it's the summer holidays. Maybe they're understaffed, giving people some time off. They don't have the 100% of developers working on the game. They're working on different things. But then it comes to my mind the Prism Crystal events and how they developed that during that time. Maybe they had it even before that available. The introduction of the 7-day login champion that they've added. They had also the raid show over on YouTube. So many different things might have shifted their focus, and they don't have the people to work on this multi-million-dollar game. They don't have enough people to work. Okay, you guys are gonna be in the balancing of champions team. You guys are gonna be for the future patches. You guys are gonna be focused on PvP stuff, and you guys are gonna be focused on marketing. I don't know if they don't have that kind of team I honestly don't know, but I would hope that they had it split up in that way, and that would have made like the perfect game, right, where they have different teams working on something very specific to try and optimize the game and make it a better experience for everybody. But it makes me think of maybe this was intentional also, like the bad thoughts are there. Maybe this was intentional. Maybe they thought, okay, we should stop making some of the bad champions and just leave it as a bad champion into the game, instead of just introducing new champions and also fixing. Maybe we just introduce new champions from now on and just leave it as the bad roll of the dice. Those champions, like as I've mentioned before, the war chiefs, or any champion that you feel is not good enough, then it's just bad roll of the dice, and that's gonna be it. You hope for the next time and the next time that you summon, you get something better. And honestly, even after some of these rebalancings, the champions don't really change in their usefulness. Some do change, some do not so much. But yeah, it's very weird. I don't know what you guys think, but I think this should have been the norm. This should have been a once every month kind of thing, and I hope they continue onwards after September, which is hopefully the time that they're done with their holidays, because that's how it is over here in my country. Usually people get their holidays in July, August, and then after that it's everything back to normal, right? We have to go back to work. So makes me really curious. I want to see some champions change, not because I have them specifically, like War Chief, which I have multiple copies, but there's many champions which I feel like they could have had more uses than maybe just be a vault champion. Because if I check on my champions, which I do have many in the vault, I want to say that I could find more uses for them. I remember some of these champions changed as well, like Grow Hack here, but I didn't really use them more so than just a showcase. Even this guy right here, the sniper guy, Alexander, he was featured as a 7-day login, and he is the most underwhelming 7-day login champion to any other champion we had so far from a 7-day login. I can't think of a more useless legendary that we had through a 7-day login. Like if you compare this guy to the more recent ones, Artak, not even gonna say about Wukong because I haven't tested that guy. Diliana was great. Ronda, of course, was fantastic. Ninja, out of this world, amazing. So all of these heroes have something so different in terms of usefulness, and then this guy is just left there being kind of meh and not really be used. I even have masteries on him. Good thing I didn't book him out, but you can see the pattern here. There's many champions, that's what I mean. There's many champions that need to change. Even here, the perfect example to close off the video, even here, Pixniel, which was changed through a rebalancing, is still not worth the rebalancing. I have one sitting at level 60, fully ascended, but no books in there because she needs like a whole library herself. And what do we do with that? We'll just keep her in the vault and then just hope for another rebalancing to come in and help things out with us. But I don't know if it's ever gonna come. So yeah, this was the video, guys. What are your thoughts on the rebalancing of champions? I obviously believe that many of you want to see more of those, but what do you think is the reason why they've stopped? Let me know down below in the comments. Let's get the discussion going. Thank you all for watching the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.